My name is Ted O'Connell. I'm the Residency Program Director for the Family Medicine Residency Program at Kaiser Permanente Napa Solano, and I'm an Assistant Clinical Professor in the Department of Family Medicine at the UC San Francisco and UCLA Schools of Medicine. Well, there are a tremendous number of resources these days for medical students. A lot of high-quality textbooks that compile a lot of the information that medical students need to learn. Question banks have become incredibly popular. They were almost non-existent a decade ago, and now almost every medical student uses a question bank as they go through and prepare for their boards. And I think we're really on the cusp of trying to figure out how electronic media formats are going to work in medical education and what form that will take, and I'm actively involved in that and trying to help figure out what the next wave of medical education is, whether it's videos, apps, interactive programs. I think it's just a really exciting time. So I'm the author of USMLE Step 2 Secrets, which is probably my best-selling book, but I'm also the author of Crush Step 2, Crush Step 3, the Instant Workup series, but we're really here today, I think, to talk about Crush Step 1. And the idea behind Crush Step 1 is there are some very good resources out on the market that allow students to review and prepare for Step 1. First aid is the one that most students use. But what our book is designed to do is to be able to be used from the beginning of medical school as you go through all of your different classes. It's built to help you develop understanding and actually understanding the background of the material, so that as you go through, it'll be a resource for the entire 2 years. And then at the end, when it's time to sit down for 4 to 8 weeks of solid study before taking the USMLE Step 1, it can also be a focused review guide that you can also use in conjunction with reviewing first aid. I'm hoping that Crush Step 1 becomes one of the most popular review books for students, not only to use in final preparation for the USMLE Step 1, but to really use throughout the first 2 years of medical school. And from the early reviews that we've received, it does seem to be really gaining in popularity. My hope is that I'll have made some contributions to the future of American medicine by providing these review books and clinical resources and procedure guides for students and residents. I'm hoping that I'm assisting in the development of physicians, and it's a great way to leverage, rather than teaching people simply one-on-one or in a small group environment, to be teaching thousands of medical students and thousands of residents at a time. And I'm hoping that it helps create even better physicians who provide better care for our patients. Well, I was introduced to Elsevier by Dr. Jack Fenninger, who's the author of Fenninger and Fowler's Procedures for Primary Care, and he had a long-standing solid relationship with Elsevier, put me in touch, and we just developed a really great partnership. It's a company that is very flexible, easy to work with. They have great individuals with whom I work. They've always been very supportive of my ideas and in developing new projects, and it's just been a great partnership. I think the best advice that I can give medical students is to always remember why you went into medicine in the first place. It's easy to get bogged down in the busyness and the stresses of medical school, and to sometimes forget why you went in the first place. And that's actually advice that you can carry throughout your career when you're having a busy day in the hospital or in the clinic or in the operating room, to just pause and try to remember what drew you to a career in medicine in the first place. And I think that can really be your guiding light that can get you through difficult or stressful or trying times.